Hello everyone and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo episode 39. Let's begin. Emi smiling warmly at me and giggles again. Come on, Hisao, you'd better get going to see the nurse. Then it happens. As she turns to begin walking, she gives out a tiny yelp and stumbles forward. Emi! I leap to steady her and notice with some concern that she's favouring the same leg as last night. Your leg. Emi seems panicked and pushes away from me. It's fine. My expression must seem hurt because she hastens to apologise. Sorry. Didn't mean to push you like that. I was just... She stumbles for something to say. It's nothing, really. Hey, don't worry about it. She's so flustered, I decided to shrug the whole thing off. But there's a cold feeling in the pit of my stomach now that won't go away. I tried to step in and help her, and she pushed me away. Smiling, I shove those thoughts to the back of my mind and concentrate on Emi. Just don't want you getting hurt, that's all. You don't have to worry about me, honest. I'm fine. Yes, you say that, but I don't believe you. I keep worrying about you regardless, and not saying anything yesterday just makes me feel guilty about today. I should have at least asked. Would she have reacted the same way last night? Guess I'll never know. I'm still trying to sort out what happened on the track as we arrive in front of the nurse's office. Emi raises her hand to knock, hesitates and turns to me smiling guiltily. Hey, can you do me a favour? Of course. Can you tell the nurse I'll see him later? I just remembered that I've got some stuff to take care of before class, so I really need to get moving. I peer at her closely as she fidgets under my stare. Yeah, she's clearly avoiding the nurse. That leg of hers. Well, whatever. I said I'd help her, and so I will. But I'll make damn sure she sees the nurse before the day's up. Yeah, okay. I'll let him know. Emi looks like I've just given her a pony on Christmas. Thank you so much. You're the best, Hisao. I am rewarded for my complicitly in her lie by a kiss that makes it all the worth it, or so I tell myself. As Emi heads out of the building, trying hard not to let her limp show, I knock on the door of the nurse's office. Ah, Hisao, come in. I don't see Emi with you. She's not sick again, is she? From the tone of his voice, I don't think the nurse is expecting me to say yes, she's ill. She said she'd forgotten to do something and so she had to skip out, but she'll see you later today. The nurse heaves an exasperated sigh. Honestly, that girl. She's been avoiding me. Yesterday she was in and out of here without even taking off her prosthetics, and now this. Well, at least it's not me Emi's doesn't want worrying. That's a comfort, I guess. Still, I feel like I should say something about her leg. I said I'd lie for her, but she really needs to see him. Now that you mention it, she was limping pretty badly today, and last night as well. The nurse's eyes narrowed at the words "last night." Oh, I catch his drift. And what exactly were you two doing last night? We were on a date. The nurse raises his eyebrow as if surprised. Really? Interesting. Huh? Oh, nothing. His gaze turns thoughtful, and then he grins at me. You don't think you could use some of that boyfriend charm to get her to come see me today, could you? Of course, I was planning on doing that anyway. I think she's really hurt and just pretending she isn't. Yes, she does that. Afraid I'll make her stop running. Will you? I don't like to, but if it's bad enough that she's been limping, well, I guess I have to see what's wrong for myself before I can make that call. I see. Emmy not allowed to run. Perish for thought. I don't know if she'd be able to function without running. No wonder she's reluctant to admit anything's wrong. Well, I'll make sure she sees you. Good. Oh, and before I forget, he grins at me in what felt like a vaguely threatening manner. Don't forget that I know what medications you're on. Is my guy threatening me? Well, Hisao, you be careful around Demi. Got it? Wow, you look serious too. Got it. Don't hurt Emmy. Wouldn't dream of it. Fighting, well, don't hurt it, Tremmy. Don't hurt Emmy. Wouldn't dream of it. Dramas, none. Round. I'll date for you to be late. Huh? Late as in the late Hisao Kai. He frowns briefly, dissatisfied. Sounded better in my head. Don't all jokes on a geezer. Well, at any rate, get out of here before you miss your first class. Got things to do, I'm sure. Shoo! As I leave, I notice the nurse pulling out his phone and dialing a number. Mika, your daughter's being a pain in the arse again. I'd better head back to my room, or I really will be late. Hey, wasn't he supposed to check my heart rate? The lunch bell sounds, and I bring myself out of the stupor I slipped into during the morning classes. My lack of sleep last night, coupled with the increased pace of this morning's run, has left me a little exhausted. Despite that, I find myself skipping stairs up to the roof. There's a thrill of excitement now, in addition to the pleasure one gets from eating with one's lunch friends. Or lunch with one friend. True, both Emmy and Rin are still my friends, but Emmy has become more than that now. Rin is back to her usual spot on the roof, almost as she'd never been absent. Feeling better, I'll take it. A raised eyebrow is my reward for speaking. Better than what? Better than you felt yesterday. Rin gives my question some serious thought. I'm not sure. I think I might have felt rather good for some of yesterday, but it's all fuzzy. Too much cold medicine? Well, I was asleep, and that usually is pretty good. But I can't remember what it feels like to be asleep because I'm not conscious for it. It's a real problem. Then again, if I knew how good it felt, I might not sleep anymore. But this way, I keep trying, so I guess that's how I can keep from being overtired. An eternal mystery to keep you sleeping at night. Maybe mystery is the wrong word. Intangibility might be the proper way to describe it. I see. No, I don't see at all. I've no idea what she's talking about. But that's okay since I rarely do. Do you remember what sleeping feels like? Yesterday, do you remember what it felt like to sleep in yesterday? Well, I actually didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday. Maybe that's because you remember subconsciously. Actually, I think I was worried about Emmy. Doesn't Emmy worry enough about herself? I hadn't considered that, but it gives me pause. True, but would she ask for help if she ever needed it? Rin frowns as I raise an eyebrow. Will I get a proper answer? Probably not, if there's something she should be asking for help with. Her leg, for starters. This seems to catch Rin's interest. Leg? It's her, but she won't see the nurse about it. Rin shakes her head in disapproval. You have to make her. Like she makes me go to class for her own good. Otherwise, she can lose her legs again, and that's just too weird. Losing things twice. Especially if you don't find them again to begin with. Oh, I was going to make that joke. God damn it. Unless prosthetics are the same thing as finding something. But that's a different kind of lost, isn't it? I think so. I wonder. Wonder what? Emmy seems to have snuck up on Rin and me, though Rin doesn't seem especially surprised. Which is, itself, unsurprising I suppose. Rin manages to sit herself upright quite expertly, throwing her upper body forward and using her momentum to right herself. Your leg, how does it feel? That earns me a frown and a bit of a glare. It's okay, I think. Not worth worrying about. Tell that to the nurse. He's quite insistent that you visit him, you know. Emmy pouts like I've just told her she's been grounded. He worries too much. It's not a big deal, just a little soreness. I try to resist rolling my eyes in this exasperation. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? Emmy narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? Well, maybe. A little. But that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not doing anything about it. That would make it worse. And I don't really want to see you hurt, you know. Call me crazy. I kind of prefer to see you happy and healthy. With each statement, Emma's frown fades a little more until she's eventually grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're going to put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. Otherwise you'll keep worrying and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? That's right, I'll keep bugging you about it, and that might put a damper on our date. As for food, Hisao. Talk to the nurse, Hisao. How's your day, Hisao? Talk to the nurse, Ellie. Hisao, I think I'm ready to go over. Talk to the nurse, Emmy. See? Doesn't work all that way. Emmy giggles at my high-pitched rendition of her own voice and gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, jerk. I thought it was pretty accurate. Emmy and I stare at Rin for a while before I burst into laughter. Emmy crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Such vile calumnies from you, young woman. I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk. Well, I think this is where I'll end it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day and goodbye.